Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. It is Thursday, the 31st of August 2023. Looking at Acid Rainwell, the last line of defense. This is Bernard, who is a character from our manga. Looks pretty cool. Got two of these. I did get the other character as well, but like many other people, he has been delivered despite me pre-ordering from PIA Club. Looks pretty nice. Let's take him out and get a little first look. Nothing much going on in the box. Got his equipment in there and a figure there. It looks pretty cool. Is that mask removed? Maybe that mask is removable. We'll have a look in a second. Okay, let me set him up. If you like this sort of content, please consider joining the Patreon. Free for 7 days, cancel in those 7 days, and it will not cost you a penny. So it is worth doing that. Link in the top right of the screen now. Okay, I'll stop, set him up. I'll be back in an instant. Stay tuned. Okay, as you can see, he's set up, and I've got to say this. He is one of the best Amangan figures that Acid Rainworld have released, and possibly one of the best figures they've done. And I'm saying this for a couple of reasons. One, he looks fantastic. Two, everything he has, he can stow on his body, on his person. So it's really, really, really cool. And I think it's just a fantastic figure. I just wish that they would give the shoulders better lateral articulation. Let's get a close look in what he comes with. So he comes with two, I'm guessing, grenades. He's holding one in his hand there. The other one you can see is stowed just in the side here. He's got two knives. These are the ones under his arms here. And it might be a bit stiff at first, but you can just give it a little tug and it should come out. See two little pins help it stay in place. Same on the other side. He's got two guns. You can see this one's in properly. This one's not in all the way at the moment. There it is now. Two little pistols. Let's try and take that one out. That's a bit easier if I can. The only issue is that his little backpack thing here, which I'll show in a second, gets in the way. It's not actually a backpack. It's even cooler than that. Okay, so just put that back in here. This is actually a gun. You can push it in upwards like I've done, or downwards without sort of getting in the way a little bit more. I think of the pistol, so I'll do upwards for now. Look at that gun in the moment. So his pistols, fantastic, sort of like machine pistols, and again drilled barrels. Joy Toy, if you are watching, please drill your barrels. I think Planet Green Valley still are, or did they stop? Planet Green Valley, you stopped, I believe. Please drill your barrels again. Very, very cool. And then this on his back is a foldable assault rifle. And was it any moving parts? No, that was it. And that, I think, looks fantastic too. Except it's got a little bar there. I hate the bars there. But what they've done is the bar goes across an angle from the handle, which means he should be able to hold it a lot better. Great thinking there. And how many foldable guns have they done that gone back? 3 now, I think. So going for the first one ever was the Super Puppet. It was only 200 made. I've got one in Malaysia. I'll stick a link in the top right for you. And then it was it the recent Argus, sorry. I think his one was the same. A breakable one in the back, and now this one. There may be more, but that's the 3 that come to my mind. Okay, now let's get a closer look at Bernard himself and some of the features. So as I suspected, you can indeed take the mask up or down. If you take his head off, his head and neck, there you go. You should be able to take it completely off and sees into his goth makeup. It's going for a phase, obviously, but I think it looks better with it on. Not because the sculpting is not nice. I just think it looks far more, fits in far more with this world. Acid rain world, you know. Don't want to breathe that in your lungs and whatnot. And now the only worry with this is, you see some of the paint coming onto my finger. Can you see that? Only worry with this is that strap, if that deteriorates, which it's likely to do in time, you're not going to be very happy. I love the sort of suit here, the body armor suit, the lines. Have we seen this before? It looks vaguely familiar, but I can't remember which figure looks nice, and his feet do have a neutral position, not like the original Amangan soldiers where they were not neutral, so you had to be in an action pose to stand up. He does look good. Okay, let's see. Holds a grenade as well. Let's put that one back and see how he holds his guns. So I'll hold 2 of the guns and I'll make him hold one of his knives as well. The only worry with this stowing everything is it's like a bit stiff sometimes. You feel scared that something might break if you really push it in. So normally acid rain molds hold their weapons exceptionally well. His knife shouldn't get in the way too much, and his hand is a bit tight, but it will stretch nicely. Perfect, look at that. The only issue with the knife there is maybe he won't be able to articulate his wrist as nicely as he wants to for some things. Look at that in a moment. And then the knife, both hands should be just mirror imaged, since it's got weapons for both hands. Knife seems to be symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which way around it goes in his hands as well. He holds that very well too. A very, very cool looking figure. And then let's pop that back into his hand. Into the little sheath underneath, sorry. The other thing you can do this, since it's on a... Can you flip it around, I wonder? No, you can't flip it around. Or can you? His hand's going to be in the... Oh, you can. Ooh. I guess if his hand wasn't there, you could flip that around to at least a downwards position, not straight, because the handle won't fit in the top. But that's pretty interesting. Okay, and then let's put this one back again. This one was quite easy. It's the other side that was quite difficult to push down at the beginning. But this one should be a nice, there we go, slot. Okay, now this big boy gun here. This is how he copes with this. Having that angle on the bar there makes him hold it a lot better. It is, but not straight still, you see. Not as straight as it should be. Now, I don't like guns where they have the handles here and the figure wants to hold it, because I've had experience of, I think it was acid rain or even, like one of these handles snapping off. Again, we've got a drilled barrel in this gun, which is awesome. So he could hold it like that. Let's see if we can reach it easily. I'll get the fingers to open first, then pop it in. He does look good, and that one is not quite shouldered. That's a bit under his armpit, though he could shoulder it. Not by breaking the gun. Get up a bit higher. There, now he's shouldering the gun and he's still holding it. Fantastic. Oop, and his mask has slipped. Fantastic. Such a great looking figure, well thought out, great accessories. The only thing I would say would be nice if that knife could flip around all the way. Maybe it does, and I didn't figure it out. But it's great. Okay, let's have a look at his articulation, then his size, and I'll do an interesting comparisons there, I think. So I'll keep his guns there. Let me put his back on his back. Let's do upwise and see if it's going to affect his articulation. Okay, so small left and right with the mask on. It'll be good without it. The mask is slipping down because the strap has so they got over his ears, his little ear parts there. There you go. And that's the gun thing off. And that will also affect the backpack part unless you put it down, maybe. For the sake of the review, let's put it downwards and upwards. By downwards, I mean more of it sticks down as opposed to more of it sticks up. And now he's got a good range of motion, and he can look a bit more left and right. Shoulders all the way around. Lateral raise is not going to be good much further than this, which is approaching. I think, I'll take it back. They've improved that a lot. Almost 90 is good. Much better than I thought. And they've also got the shoulder roll, which means he can get his arms far more across his body than your standard figures without that, which is fantastic. There is a bicep swivel. His bicep bend is well over 90 degrees. But you get a little bit of an ugly elbow, but it's great articulation. The hands normally are gun articulation on both or gun and wave. He's got gun on both, I believe. No, he's got gun and wave. And his trunk is restricted by his vest, but he can turn a little bit, dip a little bit side to side. His waist can turn together. Well, that's his hips working there. Backwards, you start to open a little gap in his waist. It's not great. Side to side is a small one, but that's more to do with everything he's wearing. Hips, the grenades are stopping his hips going further than that. Forwards, that is now the sculpt getting away, and backwards sculpting away, so it's not great in his legs, I have to say. The fly twist is good. The double kneecap should be a really tight bend, which it is, which is fantastic. And then the feet, does he have a boot turn? Let's have a look. Yeah, so he's got a boot turn, which was missing on which figure I looked at the other day. I looked at the Annex 2179 figures, and they were missing a boot turn, which is fantastic. His feet should swivel out and in and out. He's got a tippy toe. He's got a dorsal flexation, which is a small one, and there's no toe articulation. That's a sort of Joy Toys domain on some of their releases. So his articulation is fantastic too. The shoulder's much better than I was expecting. Well done, Toys Alliance Acid Rain World. Okay, let's get an idea of his size. So in CM, we can see that he is not that big. He's under 10.5, it looks like, or around 10.5. Let's do a comparison with my Fortnite Fade custom with the Vendetta head and the, I made a custom made holster for his gun, and I sanded down the knees and changed the shoes. And so with Fortnite, scales well. With Joy Toy Infinity, bit bigger than the lady, obviously not bigger than the wolf. That's an interesting one. Let's do a Soil Ghost with custom free printed, is it Anubis parts? The dog god whatever undead one parts. This is like fantastic to paint that in the distant future. Yeah, looks good. Scales well, looks good. Really nice shoulder articulation, and all this stuff he comes with he can keep on his body, which is fantastic. Which is absolutely fantastic. Now, interestingly, I've just realised something, and apart from my light turning off there, let's put this one on. I've just realised, you look at the box behind, they have actually got it the knife tilted and him holding it, so maybe that's what you're supposed to do instead of me taking it out. So let's try and do that. Let's take this one off. Tilt it into his hand. This hand should be slightly easier because it's a wave hand. Oops, he says dropping it. Not the best because it's popping out of the pins a little bit. If it was a bit more here, it would be a bit better. So he can do it, but not that great with this hand. I mean, maybe that's just me rushing it on the camera, but you can do that. But a great figure nonetheless. Really like that. I've got two, so possibly a custom in the works in the future. We will see. Okay, this is Awesome Ash Toys signing out, saying please like, share, subscribe. Check out the Patreon link in the video description below, along with discount codes, so you can grab yourself a bargain. And I will see you in the next video. Stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.